Narcissus, the boy who fell in love with himself. Have you ever come across the beautiful flower with white petals and a shimmering golden centre known as the narcissus? Or have you ever shouted in the mountains and been surprised when your own voice shouted right back? Well, I'm here with a Greek myth that unveils the mystery behind the very first narcissus flower. There was this lad named Narcissus. At 16, he stood at the crossroads of youth and adulthood. And my, he was a good-looking boy. The gods had blessed him with such good looks that flowers would twist and twirl to watch him wander by, and even the breezes couldn't help but spread tales of his captivating charm. A blind, old and insightful seer, Tiresias, once made a curious prediction about him. He'll live a long life, unless he comes face to face with himself. Quite a riddle, right? What do you think he meant by that? After all, mirrors were not even invented back then, so how could he come face to face with himself? We shall see. On a sun-kissed day, while exploring the meadows, Narcissus discovered a pond with water so clear it mirrored the world above. As he peered into its depths, he saw a radiant face staring back. Who might this be? He thought. It was love at first sight. The face was so beautiful that he couldn't help falling for it. Deep, deep in love. Yet every time he reached out to touch the mesmerizing face, it would ripple away. Day after day he sat by the pond, completely entranced. The face in the water smiled, cried, and laughed just as he did. Why won't you join me? He often wondered, not realizing he was admiring his own reflection. Hidden in the shadows, the nymph Echo watched with a heavy heart. Once a chatterbox, now the goddess Juno had cursed her to only echo the last words she heard. That was why she was called Echo, right? She wished to call out to the beautiful boy, but all she could do was repeat his sighs. When he lamented, "Oh, I'm in love," she'd echo, "In love." And when he said, "I'm so smitten," she would echo back, "So smitten." But here's the twist. Narcissus wasn't talking to Echo when he declared his love. He was enamoured by his own reflection. And when he heard Echo's reply, he believed his watery twin was responding. And poor Echo thought that he had fallen in love with her. But he hadn't even noticed the poor nymph. He was totally absorbed in his own reflection. I know it sounds unbelievable that a man could be so vain and totally in love with himself, but this is a true story. Yet his every attempt to kiss his reflection only ended in ripples and wet cheeks. With each passing day, Narcissus grew more forlorn, wishing his reflection could step out and they could embrace. Echo, watching from afar, would echo his wishes, adding to the confusion. The boy was so lovesick for his own reflection that he could not sleep. He stopped eating. He did not drink. He hardly breathed. One fateful evening, bathed in the glow of a setting sun, Narcissus whispered his heart-wrenching farewell to himself. "Goodbye, my love, goodbye." And Echo, Her voice, quivering with sorrow, echoed, "Goodbye." By sunrise, where the heartbroken boy once sat, a radiant flower blossomed, its white petals guarding a golden heart. It was christened Narcissus, a tribute to the boy who was lost in his own beauty. What a mesmerizing tale, right? The story of Narcissus is an age-old reminder about the dangers of being too self-absorbed. And it's thanks to him that we call someone who thinks too highly of themselves a narcissist. If you meet one of these people, don't be like Echo and just repeat back everything they want you to say. Narcissists can be very controlling. If you can, avoid. That's my advice. And next time you see a narcissus flower or hear an echo in the mountains, remember this tale and the importance of loving others and not just ourselves. For now, from me, Natasha, bye-bye.